On the route matrix, we find a matrix which allows us to route our 4 possible input signals to 6 possible outputs. We have the main mix in, the mic line, the AES in, and the test signal. These can be routed to the headphone speaker's output, the line out, the AES output, again available by the 15-way D-sub on the side, or to 3 Dante outputs, which are defined in the next page. To route an input to an output, select the cell at the cross point where you want to route. So for instance, to route from the main matrix to the headphone output, select the cell, then we can select to turn it on here and turn the level up and down with the fader, and we will see a signal meter here of the signal coming from that input. If we wanted to set the test signal, for instance, to go to the line output, we select it, turn it on, we can see that we have signal coming from the oscillator, and then we can adjust the level here. To route the main mix to the AES out, select the cell, turn it on, and adjust to the desired level. To route the main mix to a Dante output pair, select output A, turn the signal on, and adjust the level to the desired level. The next page is the outputs page, where we can see the 6 outputs and the level being sent to each output. We have the headphone speaker's output, the line output, which is available via the 15-way D-sub, the AES output, again available by the 15-way D-sub. Then we have the outputs to the Dante. We can choose in pairs to send to any of the 64 available Dante channels. If we select Dante A, we can select which channel we send to with the arrow keys. It will automatically jump over any channels that have already been assigned to B and C. We can jump in banks of 8 with the arrow keys, and in singles with the single arrow keys. Pressing the double arrow takes us to the final set of pages within the system menu. The first page we come to is the meters page. We have the nominal level indicator, which at this moment is active. If we go back to the main screen, we can see 2 arrows either side of the meter indicating our nominal level we desire to work at. Going back to the page, if we turn these off and go back to the main page, these arrows are then turned off. Using the trim controls, we can adjust the nominal level that is shown on the main screen. If we adjust to -18, as that is the level we are going to be working at, and go back to the main screen, we can now see that the arrows have moved to show -18 dBFS on the meters. We can also enable peak hold by pressing this button here. Going back to the main screen, we will now see a peak indicator on the meters with a slow fallback. We can set our overload indicator level via the trim buttons, and we can set it in 1 dB steps. And this is a nominal level we set to indicate when we're approaching overload, and is completely user definable. Any overloads that have been indicated on the main page can be cleared by pressing the Clear Overload button. The next page in the system is the System Info page. On this page you will see displayed the IP address of the main and secondary, if a secondary network connection is attached. In addition to the IP address, you will also see the speed of the current network connection for both ports. In this case, we only have 1 port attached, so you cannot see any IP address or speed for the secondary port. Following on from this, we have the software version contained within the Brooklyn card and the firmware version contained within the PD Dante. The final button is the Update button. Press the Enter Bootloader button to enter into the update mode for the PD Dante, where using the BLM program and the USB connection on the side of the PD Dante, new firmware can be flashed into the device.